Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're going to address an issue that a lot of you talked about in my Discord DMs and that really worried quite a lot of you actually, and we're going to talk about the 140 being removed or not from the tech tree. This rumor started when Wargaming first did their Blitz APAC team stream or something like that for the Blitz Cup, and after they released this video called World of Tank Blitz coming soon, new Soviet light tanks, new voiceovers and more. And in this video, as Wargaming is presenting the brand new tank that will hit the game, we see this picture which shows them directly going to the T100 LT, which is going to be the new branch added maybe in the 8.6, 8.7 update. I don't have a clue. But if you take a closer look, what do you see? You see an object 268. An object 263, the new line, the T62A, the IS-7, and the IS-4. And if you're used to this game, you're going to think to yourself, where is the object 140? Because here there is literally no object 140 in sight. And obviously it scared quite a lot of people saying, wow, it implies that Wargaming is removing the object 140, maybe making it collectible, maybe we're going to have a free premium, blah, blah, blah. Well, even if this idea would probably satisfy me, it's not entirely true. Because on one side, we can totally understand why Wargaming would like to get rid of the Object 140. Since the T62A got buffed, we have literally a better version of the Object 140 at tier 10. This one featuring more armor, more gun depression. Maybe one thing that separates one from the other is that this one features a little bit of a better mobility, but that's it. So points to points, the T62A is a better tank. And as they are also both getting linked to the exact same tier 9, it would make sense if Wargaming all of a sudden decided to get rid of them. Because if I'm not mistaken, the T54 is the only tank in the game that leads to two tier 10s at the same time. You know what? Let's check live. But I'm 100% sure about what I'm saying right now. Yeah, we don't have it in America. We don't have it in Germany either. We don't, no, Russia, of course, we have T50, 140 and T62A. We don't have it for the British, neither for the Japanese, not the Chinese, not the French, and not the Europeans. So yeah, it would make sense. It would definitely make sense if Wargaming got rid of the Object 140 or the T62A, but obviously as the T62A is more popular, it would also make sense that they got rid first of the Object 140. But the reality of it is that no, the Object 140 will not be removed from the tech tree as Wargaming announced them themselves. If I'm not mistaken, that was Alexandra. I can't find back the screen, but I have a literal screenshot that proves that Wargaming will not get rid of the Object 140. For all the Russian lovers right there, I feel like you feel better about it, and I can totally understand why. At least Wargaming is not going to remove one of the precious tech tree we have access to, even if nowadays, let's say that the uses of this is quite limited. So in the end, we've repeated the exact same mistake as we had in World of Tank Blitz coming soon, Halloween celebration, Polish Heavies, and the Blitz Cup, where you see right there on this, that the Skoda T25 is no longer linked to the T34 8100, T34 100, sorry, and that it seems like the P43Bs goes directly to the T34. It was just a mistake of editing and nothing else. So now that we've been past this problem, guys, I feel like it's time for us to discuss about the future of the Object 140 and to discuss about either or not it would be a good idea for Wargaming to get rid of this one. I feel like the base answer would be no, because it adds diversity in the game. Some people still love their Object 140, and it's always a nice addition to the collection of tanks we have at tier 10. But on the other hand, we have the T62A that does the exact same thing the Object 140 does, but in a better way. You want to go all down, T62A is better. You want to be able to hold the ground against your opponents, T62A is better. You want to use gun depression, T62A is better. And there are countless of options like that that would prove my point that the T62A is overall a tank that kills the purpose of the Object 140. But if they did that, why? Not why, but how would they be able to redeem this? If they made the Object 140 a collectible, it should be the exact same as the FV183 we have in World of Tank PC. Regularly, it means that all people that already have the Object 140 in their garage will keep it. It would have a collector status. Maybe Wargaming, as a nice gesture, would increase just a little bit, not too much, but increase let's say, its critic coefficient abilities. And on top of that, maybe they would be able in the future, for the people that missed out on getting the Object 140 before the update that would remove it, allow it to get it completely for free in an event from time to time. It would be interesting, and it would also put some action in World of Tank Blitz, because I remember back in the good old days where we had literally one freaking event every month, and it was really what made me passionate about the game, and I feel like it's the case for most OGs out there that are still playing the game. But unfortunately for us nowadays, as we have pay-to-win events, it starts to make me believe that we will never see something like that implemented. But regardless, when it comes to the Object 140, why do I think that this thing sucks compared to the T62A? In my opinion, everything resides in its inability to bounce shots on its turret, and also the fact that the gun depression sucks. Because with this tank, if someone switched to gold shell, they will penetrate you quite easily, which makes you... I'm not gonna say it's a bad tank, because obviously the 140 is not a bad tank. But when you're used to the T62A, you don't see the purpose anymore to play the Object 140. I play my T62A regularly, I should say even weekly, but when it comes to the Object 140, I just touched it for the video, but otherwise I did not play it for at least 1 year. Now, of course, we gotta keep in mind one last thing. Wargaming will implement sooner or later better tanks in the game, which are sooner or later gonna make both the Object 140 and the T62A irrelevant. But I feel like Wargaming could give the 140 some love. I understand that they still want to separate both tanks, the T60 and this one, by giving the Object 140 a better mobility and access to its mobility, and for the T62A access to its armor. But if they gave the 140 maybe at least, let's say, 6 more kilometers per hour, it would make it relevant again, because it would have a different status on the battlefield and it would have a different purpose. And if it was the case, maybe this tank would shine again, because nowadays you don't see it that often. I would say you don't see any 140 at all. Even in the Blitzer Cup or Twist Cup, I don't remember exactly the name of it, you don't see those kind of things. And it's totally logical. Who would like to play a tank that is overall underperforming compared to the T62A? So that's it. The only thing you can use with this tank is the mobility, and this is what this replay highlighted to you against the 60TP when we circled, against the VK when we tried to move forward, backward around his turret for him to miss his shells, and finally, as I proved you with the AB183 just before dying, by showing you that if you sneak a shot on the FV and circle it after it's completely done. And this is probably what makes the Object 140 still cool without being relevant, its ability to move around. So if Wargaming wanted to improve a little bit something about the 140, I think that they should access to its mobility and increase it just a little bit. So hopefully you enjoy, guys. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And personally, I'm going to see you soon for a new video. Bye.